Hey all, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel. I don't want to do this video, but you all made me do this video, okay? You bullied me into doing this video. I think it's frankly quite rude, but I'm doing it anyway because I have a love for the people. You know what I mean? I had a video recently where I talked about the amount of brushes that I have, okay? I keep them in a utensil display on a Lazy Susan, and I'm very proud of my brush collection. I love my brush collection, but I somehow offhandedly mentioned, I should probably do a brush declutter. And the comments that came rolling in of, yes, brush declutter some brushes, let's declutter that shit. And I was like, but I kind of don't wanna. But here's the thing, I know that I need to. Okay, so this is what I usually keep my brushes in. Again, it's just like a little rolling display. I only have one of these. It's not like I have 50 or anything like that. But I took all of my brushes out and I washed them. I cleaned them, okay? And then I put them into this container and I counted them. Y'all, I have 191 brushes. 191 brushes. Let me remind you, I am not a working makeup artist. I'm not even a non-working makeup artist. I just enjoy makeup. Why do I need 191 brushes? I don't, okay? But here's the thing. Have you ever watched Hoarders or any of those types of shows where there are a lot of times these people have maybe grown up with not so many possessions? So when they're finally in a place where they can have possessions, that's why they keep everything. That's why they hold on to everything. That's kind of the way I am with brushes. I've talked about this in the past, but when I first got into makeup, brushes were the thing that I had to save up a lot of money for. There weren't a whole lot of affordable options of makeup brushes. I had to save up a lot of money to get one brush. So when I finally had like a collection of 5, I felt like the richest woman in the world. So when I started getting more brushes and more brushes, I never let any go. I have brushes easily from 20 years ago that are literally falling apart that I have held on to. And today's the day. I'm going to try to be ruthless. This is going to be really hard for me. I'm not going to lie. This is going to be personally my most difficult declutter I have ever done. But I'm really going to try to let as many of these go as possible that I know I'm not using and pass them on to friends. All of these will go to my friends because I do know that like brushes don't necessarily die. There are a few in here that are dead, but for the most part, these are all in great condition. So I'm going to be really happy to give these to my friends if they want them. Oh my God, I don't want to do this. But if this is your first time here, hi, my name is Linda. I'm a cruelty-free beauty YouTuber, and I always want to help you decide whether or not makeup, skincare, hair care, brushes are worth your money, whether they're luxury priced or drugstore priced. I just want you to spend your money wisely. But also this year, 2022, I'm doing my very first low buy year. So not only am I trying to be very conscious about what I bring into my collection and make sure it's something really, really special and unique to my collection, I'm also trying to use the stuff that I have and appreciate the good stuff that's already in my collection and get rid of a lot of stuff that just isn't serving me anymore so that what I have is what I absolutely love. So if you're into that as you're watching this video, I would love if you'd subscribe and become a part of the fam. Super quick disclaimer, and if you would like to ignore this, you can skip ahead about 60 seconds and you should be just fine. I know that my video schedule upload has been a little iffy lately. I've been, having a little bit of work stress for my full-time job, and also things are picking back up again, and the only times I usually have to film are on the weekends. So those have been spent out and about, if I'm being honest. So my video schedule, I'm going to try to keep it as consistent as possible, but I do ask you to be patient and kind of bear with me. You will always get at least one video a week, no matter what, but it might not be 2 videos a week for just a little bit for the foreseeable future. Now let's get right into this brush declutter. I'm going to kind of film this with my other camera, and we're gonna do this. I don't want to do it. Like, I really don't want to do it. So here we go. We're going to do this. The first thing I want to do is separate all brushes into like piles, like for example, big fluffy face brushes all together. I feel like that will help me whittle these down a bit more so that I can visualize it easier. All right, these are my most fluffy, big, fat powder brushes. This is going to be so difficult for me. Oh my gosh. I will say I am going to keep this one. This is my Moda brush. It doesn't really have a number on it, but it's a bit more dense and it's really good for powder. So I'm going to put that aside. And I also really like this Moda brush. This is the BMX 220 Radiance. It's got more of a dome shape to it and it's definitely fluffier. So that's going to be a key. And then I'm also going to keep the BK Beauty 104. This one is good for just all over powder. So yeah, that's one I'll keep. Oh God, these 5 though. This is super difficult for me, but I am going to keep the Moda Pro BMX 100 powder for my one big fluffy all over powder brush. And I'm gonna let these 4 go. Oh my gosh, this is very difficult for me, but these 4 are gonna go. So also, as I know which ones I'm gonna keep, I'm gonna go ahead and put them back into my container. This is, again, just a utensil dispenser, and we're gonna get this moving. Let's go in with blush brushes. All right, I lied. These are not just blush brushes. These are most of the rest of the face brushes that I have in general. Some of them are angled brushes. I suppose I should organize them by what kind of brush they are too. All right, this might be a little bit better. So we've got angled brushes. We've got some like really dense, almost contour brushes, some fluffier face brushes, some smaller face brushes, some big powder ones, and some duo fiber. So I already can look and say that I'm going to get rid of a bunch of these, but you know what? We're going to start with these 2. So these are 2 MAC brushes, some of the very first ones I ever got. These brushes are probably 20 years old. It's hard for me to let go, again, because I had to save up for these. These were like my pride and joy, but it's time for them to find a new home. Let's move on to contour brushes. If I'm being honest, I need one contour brush, and I'm going to save this one. This is from the Kat Von D 10th anniversary collection. I love this brush. It's the right amount of fluffy and soft, and I think the handle is beautiful. So I'm only going to keep one brush here and get rid of these 3. As far as these kind of dense contour brushes, I don't even technically need 2 of these. This one technically says complexion and this says contour. I'm going to keep this complexion brush. This is very dense. This is from Moda, as is this one. Very dense, but I really like this brush for when I really want a super sculpted look. This one has always been a little strange to me because it's very flat top, which doesn't serve me well. So this is going to stay, this is going to go. These duo fiber brushes, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to do this. I'm going to let the MAC one go. I'm going to let it go. No, am I? Oh my God, do I want to let it go? Guys, I'm keeping all 3 of these. I'm not going to lie, my MAC brush is definitely shedding. It's definitely on its last legs, so this will have to go soon. Oh gosh, is it shedding right here as we speak? No. So I'm going to keep all 3. I know I'm trying, I really am, but I'm going to keep all 3. This brush you can pry out of my cold dead hands, okay? This is a Luxie brush. It doesn't even have anything on the handle anymore. And this came in like a BoxyCharm or an Ipsy. This is my #1 favorite, like concentrated bronzing brush, like for the nose or for the forehead or whatever. I love this brush. It's just dense but soft. It's the best. This is, no, you can't take it. Here's another one from that Kat Von D collection, and I know I just said I didn't need any more powder brushes, but I really do love this one. The quality is so good, so good. I'm saving this. And you know what? These 3 brushes, these are all Moda, and I do love them. Look at the handles. Look at the freaking handles. I'm gonna let these 3 go, which kind of breaks my heart a little bit. But wait, do I want to let this one go? Yes, you know, well, I'm gonna let all 3 go. I'm trying really hard. This is very difficult for me. I'm gonna let all 3 go. So these are all very dense brushes. I like to use these to apply, like this is my very favorite cream blush brush, and this is an IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Complexion Perfection number 7. I only use this side. I don't use the other side really, but I love this for cream blushes. I love the BK Beauty 106 for foundation. I love the Merit number 1 brush also for foundation. It's very dense, but I think I can let these two go. So we have the BMX 180 Buffer brush by Moda, and then this Morphe M439. I never use this. I don't even know why I still have this. So these two are gonna go. These 3 are gonna stay. So are all of these roughly the same? Yes, they are. Am I keeping them all? No, actually wait. This is the Luxie 516 Duo Fiber Powder Brush. I think that the duo fibers on this one were a little too thin for my liking, so I actually can let this one go, but I will be keeping these 4. I love these for setting powder. They are the right amount of fluffiness combined with firmness that I can press the powder into my skin. These are all staying. So these are the rest of my face brushes. So some of these are highlighter, some of these are foundation, some are concealer, some are contour. So let's get rid of some right off the bat. I know that I can get rid of these 2 brushes right off the bat. We have the Luxie 510 Foundation. This is the only flat foundation brush I own. I never use it. I don't like applying foundation this way. This one is such an interesting brush. This is the Moda. This was for highlighting. It's just a little too fluffy for me. I feel like it sends powder everywhere, and it does make a really nice sheer highlight, but I'm not a sheer highlight kind of girl, so these 2 can go. I can also get rid of these 2. So these are both Morphe. This is the 501 and the 510. These were just fluffy brushes I used to use to apply highlighter, and I don't anymore. Look how crappy this brush is. I just don't like Morphe brushes anymore at all, so these 2 can go. Here's one that I think I'm going to keep. This is the Doll 10 Prepping Perfector brush. This is just very fluffy, and I like to use this if I really need to press powder into little areas, like under my eyes or between my eyebrows, things like that. So this is going to be a keeper. These 3 are 100% keepers. So you know, I've talked about this before so many times. The Moda 265 Glow Brush is my favorite highlighting brush of all time. It's the perfect amount of density. It has the perfect amount of bristles. It's soft. It packs highlighter on or swipes it on. It's just perfect. And this is the H2 Precision Highlighter Brush by Kaleidos. And this is also fantastic for their highlighters in particular, but in any highlighters in general. That's nice and dense, but not too dense. These are all staying. Here's another one that's definitely staying. This is an IT Cosmetics brush, and this is the concealer brush. I use this for concealer. It is the only concealer brush I use. It is fluffy, but it is domed, so it gets right into the cracks and crevices under my eyes. I just love this. This one can absolutely go. So this is by Glamier, and it's a very flat, almost duo fiber concealer brush. I don't like this. For under my eyes, I don't want flat. I need a dome shape. I need something that can get in there. This is not it, sis. This is staying. This is another one from that Kat Von D 10th anniversary collection. This is such a unique brush to my collection. You see, it's very thin here, but very dense. I use this for nose contour, and I don't do nose contour every day, but whenever I use it, this is the only brush I use. And here's another one I have to keep. So this is the Highlight and Glow brush from Moda. Again, I love these handles. This is, again, one of those kind of fluffy but dense highlighting brushes. I'm going to keep this. Now the hard part, eye brushes. So these are all my fluffy eyeshadow brushes. More than anything in my collection, I use fluffy crease style brushes. There are some days where I use this just to do my entire look. So this could be all keep. No, it's not going to be all keeps. It's not going to be all keeps, but I am keeping a lot of these. Let's talk about what I can get rid of right off the bat. I know I can get rid of these three. So this one is by Tresluce, this one is by Bdellium Tools, and this is again a very old MAC brush. These just don't serve me well. This Tresluce brush is a little bit too soft for my liking. The Bdellium is a little too spiky, and the MAC brush, it's just gotta go. It's so old. You might be saying, Linda, do you have 4 of the exact same brush? Yes I do. This is the Royal & Langnickel Omnia Balm 14 crease brush. This is maybe my favorite crease brush of all time. So yes, I have 4 and I'm keeping all 4. The quality is just so good on these. They're perfectly domed, perfectly dense but fluffy. That's just like, it's kind of my dream crease brush. I'm saving all of them. You know what, this one can go as well. This is a Luxie 250 large eye blending brush. This one is a little too flat for my liking in general. I just never really use it. It's a really beautiful brush. It's got the wooden handle, but this can also go. What else is gonna go? You know what, this baby can go. This is the Moda crease brush that came again with the, I think it was Sweet Siren collection. It's so pretty, but it was just, again, it's a little too dense for my liking for this purpose, so this can go. And you guys, I'm keeping all of these. I'm keeping all of these, and I know I didn't do great with this one, but like, I really use these kind of brushes more than anything in my collection, and I don't wash my brushes every day, so I need to have a lot of them to be able to switch back and forth, so these are all staying. Alright, these are kind of either weird eye brushes that I don't know where else to put them, or I found some additional fluffy brushes. So let's start by seeing what I can clear out of here. I know I can clear these out. So these Tresluce brushes, they were both okay. These brushes were all fine, and I was, you know, definitely impressed by the quality, but I have brushes that I enjoy more than this, so these two can definitely go. This one can also go. This is the Moda Angle Blender. This is again one of those very flat top brushes, and these just don't personally serve me well, so this can go. This brush is so weird. So it's a Moda, it says it's a crease brush, but it's very, very dense and very thick. I have a very strange use for this, and that is when my roots in my hair are really showing, sometimes I'll put red eyeshadow on my roots. This is the brush I use for that. So I did find some more fluffy brushes. I'll let you know right now, I can get rid of this Sigma brush, which I do really like, but this is the diffused crease brush, the E38. It's a good brush, but I just don't reach for it like I should. But these three, this one from Moda, this one from Melt, and this one from BK Beauty, I do reach for these very often, so these are gonna stay. So more. Okay, so these are all kind of similar, and I'm gonna keep all 3 of these. So this, they call this an eye fluff brush. I'm not sure what Melt calls this, but basically they're very, very dense brushes. This is what I use for highlighting under my eyes and on the inner corner, and it really buffs out color. So if you have a color that's really hard to buff out, these are really good for that, especially this, I said it's Moda, but it's Royal & Langnickel Pro Eye Fluff 155 or BMP 155. Love, love, love these. I'm keeping all 3. This is one I'm going to keep. This should have been in a different pile, but this is the Luxie 209 Large Shader Brush. This is just really good for all over the lid, like a one and done. And you know what? These 4, I can go ahead and let go. Wait, do I want to let this one go? No, I'm going to keep this. Okay, so this is a Luxie brush. This is just a very, very small crease brush. That really is good for buffing out color, so I am going to save that, but I will definitely get rid of all 3 of these. They're just kind of strange, especially like this Moda brush that's in a triangle shape. I thought it was so cool, but I just don't use it like I should. And then, you know, this Royal & Langnickel, I just, oh God, I do really like these, but No, I'm keeping this one. I'm keeping this one. You can't make me give away all of them. This is the domed shader brush, and I like it. So these two can go. Okay, I keep having to take breaks. I am literally sweating through this. Whew, so this is a lot, but this is the rest of my kind of like fluffy or shader brushes. Oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. For these, it might be easiest for me to just go over what I'm going to get rid of, which is still going to be impossible. Here's two right off the bat I can get rid of. This one is by, what is this? It looks like SL Miss Glam. I don't know, but this is an angled eye brush. It's just too like thick and dense for this. And also this is the Royal & Langnickel Crease 430 brush. This one, I unfortunately have just used it to bits and pieces. I think this is maybe 15 years old and just time for it to go. I have two of these and I can let this one go. These are both MAC 217 brushes. I had 5 of these at one point. It used to be my favorite brush of all time, but maybe you can see this one is just, it's stained and it's kind of ratty. So this one can go. I am going to keep this one. Here are two more angled brushes I can let go of. This is an old MAC 272. This is a Luxie 207. They're fine. I just don't really need them, and I really prefer, I love this MOTD come through contour brush. This one is fantastic for the outer corner. And this one by Royal & Langnickel, the Angle Fluff, is just great. I like this for a powder nose contour as opposed to cream. So these two are going to stay. Here's another one that can go. This is by the Vintage Cosmetics Company. This, again, is just one of those very dense angled brushes that I don't use. I do have 2 of these brushes that came with Naked palettes. I think this one might have come with Cyber, but I like the Naked Honey better. It's a nice fluffy one. It's got a really nice dense brush at the end, so I'm going to keep Honey and get rid of Cyber. This Doll 10 Beauty brush is very similar to the MAC 217. I like it even better though, I think, so this is a keep. Oh, here's another one from Naked Heat, but I am going to keep this one because I like this domed kind of crease brush. This is good for concentrated in the crease. So are these 3 brushes. So I'll be honest, I'm going to keep all of these. We have 2 Luxie brushes, a Doll 10 Beauty, and the Naked Heat. These are all staying. That means that this old school MAC brush that I loved for so long, this one can go. This used to be my only crease brush, but it's just a little too concentrated at this point, so it can go. Now these are all shadow brushes. I can get rid of this one, okay? So this is Elizabeth Mott All Over brush. This one's just pretty dense. I can actually get rid of this one too. So this one is a crown brush. These are both very old. I can let these go. But I am going to keep all of these. I do like to also have a lot of just shadow brushes, so these are going to stay. Again, we have a random mishmash of brushes, plus brushes that I might have missed in past iterations, but why don't we start here? These are all pencil brushes. I love a pencil brush so much, but some of these, they have to go. Let's start here. I can get rid of this no-name brush very easily. It's just a little prickly for a pencil brush, so this can go. Again, this Tres Luce brush, this can go. It's okay, it's just not great. I think this one also by Luxie can go because it's a little flat on the top again. Same thing with this. I think it might actually be the same exact brush by Luxie. So these can go. I'm gonna keep these. I know it's a lot, but like I love pencil brushes, so these are staying. Oh, we have another little pencil brush. This one can go. This is Essence of Beauty. It's just this one's a little too sharp, oddly, so this can go. So here we have just a bunch of smudger brushes, and a couple of these can definitely go. Actually, a lot of these can go. Let's see what I'm gonna keep. You know what? I'm gonna keep these 4 and get rid of these 3. That's pretty good, right? Almost half and half. Then we have these guys. I'm keeping all 4 of these. So I don't know how most people define these, but these are all very flat, very dense brushes. I like these for packing on shimmers with a wet brush. I feel like it does a really good job. I use these for glitter sometimes. These are all staying. And these are just kind of a mishmash. I can tell you this can go right now. This is like, look how old this brush is. This is a Sonia Kashuk brush from so many years ago. This can go, as can this one. I mean, even though it's used, this is just from the Vintage Cosmetics Company. It was just kind of a color packing brush. That can go. This one is just, I don't even, oh, a very old Royal & Langnickel. It's just a little, no, I do like this one. I do like it. So guys, these are all staying. They're all staying. I love these brushes. Home stretch. So these are small eye brushes for the most part, a lot of angled liner brushes, a lot of tiny, tiny detail brushes, and guys, a lot of these can go. I have 5 of these like very stiff, flat brushes, and I think I'm just gonna keep this one. This is by Alamar Cosmetics, and these other 4 can go. I don't use these brushes. Actually, you know what? I'll keep one more, the Doll 10 Beauty Line Definer. These 3 can go. Then we've got angled liner brushes. So here's a weird one that's gonna stay. This is by Kryolan. This is a very, very small, super dense brush. I like this for packing shadow on my waterline over a liner, so this is gonna stay. I also do like this KVD number 70 brush. It is very, very, very stiff, like almost to the point of hurting if I'm being honest, but it gives such a sharp line. Oh, this is not a liner brush. This is by Scone, but this is just a very, very tiny, tiny detail brush. This is staying, but you know what? These 5 are all going. I don't need 5 additional liner brushes. So we have MAC. I think both of these are MAC. We've got 3 by Moda. These are going. Here's some weird ones. These are all for using glitter for me. So I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep a very tiny one for liner, and I'll keep this pointed one by Moda, but these 3 can go. Some other weird brushes. This one's going to stay. This is a Sonia Kashuk, just very flat, very dense. I like that. These 2 can go. This brush is my new favorite thing in the world. Do you see how tiny it is? It is so tiny. Royal & Langnickel Omnia Balm 515. This is great for like little details, pressing shadow under the lash line. Love it. This one can go. This is by Sonia Kashuk. This is just crappy. As far as angled liner brushes go, I need one. I just need one. And I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. That doesn't even have a name on it. And I'm going to get rid of these 3. These 2 brushes, these are fairly new. You know what? I want to keep this one. This is the Omnia Balm 418. It's so unique in that point, but I really like it. This one is a little weird for me. This is just like a scoop. So I'm going to let this one go. Then we just have another angled liner brush. This is by MOTD. I am going to keep this because I just used it today and I really like it. And I like these two Doll 10. Well, this one's Doll 10, this one's Luxie. I like these, so I'm keeping them. Let's just finish out the rest like this. So I am going to keep all spoolies. I do use these a lot. I'm going to let this Morphe piece of crap go. And lip brushes. I'll admit I thought I had a lot more than this, but I don't. I'm going to keep this one, the Beetlejuice Melt brush. And I'm going to keep this Bdellium Tools and the Moda brush. And I'm going to let these 4 go. Oh my god. So I don't know if you could tell, but that literally had me sweating. I am so proud of myself right now. I genuinely thought that I was going to go into this and get rid of like 10 brushes or something like that and feel like a big old jerk, because again, brushes are those things that like I hold on to dearly. And I will say, at the end of the day, I still have over 100 brushes. I have way more than 100 brushes, but I started out with 191 brushes, okay? And I got rid of 73 brushes. Like, crowd goes wild, woo! I am kind of blown away. I definitely didn't think I'd get rid of 73, and I'm not gonna lie, when I was going through and counting all the brushes that I got rid of, I definitely had moments where I was like, oh, but what if I keep that one? What if I keep this one? What if I keep this one? And I'm like, no, it's time to let them go. I don't even want to look at them in here because I'm like, but what if I suddenly decide I need 84 powder brushes? Put it away. Oh, I'm not even going to look at it. I'm genuinely not even going to look at it. I'm going to keep my eyes closed, and I am having some friends over this Saturday. I'm going to open the bin and go, just please take it before I cry. But that means that this is now, like, I don't know if you can tell, but over here, these sections have like, some of them have like 3 brushes in them. So I have room. Before, it was like I had to really dig in each section to find the brush I wanted, and now there's like adequate room, and these brushes are ones I know I love. So at the end of the day, it's a good thing. It's a little hard to let go of this many, but I'm really proud of myself that I'm doing it. So comment down below, and I want you to let me know, what is the one makeup, skincare, hair care, tool, whatever it is, what is the thing that you find yourself kind of hoarding that's really hard for you to declutter? I know for one of my friends, it's like eyeliners, and until they go smelly, she's using them, and she has so many, like she probably has enough eyeliners to fill this thing. It's just, it's different for everyone, and for me, it's definitely brushes, but these brushes, the ones that I have right in front of me right now, these bring me joy. They really do. They spark joy in a Marie Kondo sense, and I'm happy. I'm proud of myself for getting rid of so many. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you liked this. Let me know what declutter you want to see next. I don't know how much more I have to declutter, but we can make it happen. One last thing, I am super, super close to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is insane to me. I'm getting really close. So if you like my channel and you want to share it with friends, that would just mean so, so much to me. I really want to hit that number before the end of the year. It's like a pipe dream. So any videos that you share, anytime you give this video a thumbs up, anytime you comment, those all help out so much. So thank you all so much. I love you all. And you all can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and TikTok. Those are all GlitterFallout. And as always and forever, you are super freaking rock stars. And I love you so much with my whole heart. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.